without any further ado, though, I got to jump right into this. This guy. I don't. I'm even nervous. I'm never nervous, but to introduce my mentor to this team, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. And this guy has got so many accolades. I mean, it would take me 30 minutes just to go through all the things that he's accomplished in such a short time frame. But a couple of the big ones that we've talked about already, Forbes named him top 10 speakers on the entire planet. This is someone who's won the Sports Humanitarian of the Year award. Of course, he's got this amazing book. If you haven't read the book yet, Connected to Goodness. And I think the title says it all, what he's brought to the table and how he's empowered and helped people bring out the best in them to find their goodness and then take that on even further. Of course, a lot of you know him from the former CEO of the Lee Steinberg Agency. He's got a sports agency. But anyhow, this guy is extraordinary, crams more time into a day than anybody I've ever met in my entire life. He's a friend of ours. He's my friend, our friend, my mentor, now our mentor. Please help me welcome Mr. David Meltzer. David, how are you, sir?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Are you in California?
I am for the day. I'm in Orange County today, so yes, I'm very.
Every time I tune into you on Instagram, you're like in, I don't know, either another country or weren't you just like in Mardi Gras on the streets?
I was in New Orleans speaking down there, taking in one day of Mardi Gras, and then back home I'm on my way to Chicago, then Indianapolis for the Combine.
Nice. So David, for those that don't know, now I've been raving about you nonstop, but tell our audience here, our Euphoria crew. These guys are, by the way, these are the best of the best. These guys are killers, doing an amazing job in the field. Let them know a little bit about you and what you do. Of course, you got all these accolades, but what have you been doing to receive the accolades that you get from all over the place?
Yeah, it all starts with understanding my life is dedicated to an enjoyment of, happiness is the potential that I have. And that connected to goodness is what I want for everyone. Because in the end, if I can guarantee everyone on here happiness from the time they open their eyes till the time they close it, that would be enough. We're not what we do. We're not what we have, and we're not what other people think. And what we are is this uncorroded connection to each other, this uncorroded connection to that which inspires us. So happiness to me is this inspiration. So how do we live an inspired life? Number one, we enjoy everything we do in a consistent, everyday, persistent, without quit pursuit of our potential. And I know a lot of people, have heard, it's the journey, not the ends. Well, it really is. But it's more than the journey. It's how we're living along that journey and how we're providing value. And to make a long story short, how I got here was really I lived the first part of my life just wanting to be rich. I had no problem, through law school, after law school, making a ton of money. I was a millionaire 9 months out of law school, and I really believe that money bought me happiness. And up and through my 30s where, I was in technology, I made my first $1 million 9 months out of law school. I had a wireless proxy server company, raised over $160 million in the Silicon Valley. I ran the first smartphone division, the first Windows C device ever. And I thought I was happy. And what happened was, and I know, John, you share some of this experience, that understanding of money ended up leaving me empty, purposeless, passionless, and I surrounded myself with the wrong people and the wrong ideas, and I started shopping for the wrong things. Now, why I say that is I believe money's super important, and I think it should motivate everyone. I think profitability should motivate everyone because money allows you to shop. It gives you opportunities to shop. The difference is you need to learn to shop for the things that make you happy. So, I was shopping for all the wrong things. This year, for my 50th birthday, I went shopping. I bought 2 community centers in Africa that will impact millions of people. I could not have done that if I didn't make a lot of money, if I didn't impact a lot of people and ask for a lot of help. And so I think everyone should be money motivated and reverse engineer out their purpose and their passion, but have a clear path to profitability. And what I like about your business and why, I'm volunteering to be here is that I believe that your business provides opportunities to people that don't have a lot of money, but have a lot of heart, soul, and desire. And they can make millions of dollars with that heart, soul, and desire. And my biggest concern why I want to do that is not only to inspire people to make millions of dollars, but also to inspire them to shop for the right things. I want you to shop for the right things. I want you to shop to help other people. And the greatest thing about it is if you provide value to other people, you will receive more than you ever dreamed of, and it will keep on coming. If you only try to receive value for yourself, there's only so much of you around, and you're going to live in a world of just enough. No matter what you have, it'll always be just enough. You will be empty. You will be unfulfilled, unpurposeful. But if you live in a world of more than enough, if you live of service to help others, I wake up every morning, John, pray to God to put 10 people in front of me that I can help. Your business helps people. It's not about, I don't sit at home, I don't walk the streets of Calcutta giving away everything I have. I'm a capitalist. I wrote a book called Compassionate Capitalist. I'm a capitalist who believes in the more that I have, the more that comes through me for others, to inspire others, to give to others. What keeps me driven every day in that 25-hour day that you're talking about is that I'm the most inspired person that I know. I am. I wake up in the morning at 4 a.m. and I go until I don't have anything left. And I do as much as I can do with productivity and accessibility in my mind. How productive am I? How accessible to others am I? And how am I accessing what I need in order to effectuate what other people need as well? And I do that by understanding one thing and one thing alone, and that's emotion. I know everyone out there is a salesperson. I want you to write this down. People buy on emotion for logical reasons. So do not sell on features and benefits and logical reasons. You need to connect to that which inspires you so you can inspire others and connect to them. What does that mean, people buy on emotion for logical reasons? Well, number one, nobody wants to be sold to. Everybody wants to go shopping with a friend. How do we become friends? We connect emotionally to them. And the way that I do this is really simple. I ask people what they like. What are you doing today? I look for things, that's a great hat. What do you like about it? Oh, you like that team? Oh, you don't like that team? Oh, I'm born here. I'm there. I'm always trying to connect emotionally. And then I ask, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What are the reasons that you're doing it? What do you like about those reasons? What if I was able to do this for you? Look, everybody wants to be healthy. It's, one of the biggest nuances and changes in my life is I prioritize my health before my family and before my work. I always had it backwards. I put family first, work second, and my health third. And I started realizing the least healthy I am, the worse my family was and the worse my work was, and God forbid something ever happened to me, I'll be no good to my family or my work. So if you can't connect emotionally on somebody's well-being, then you shouldn't be in sales, right? And the 400 million variations of your product that is directly affected by who you are. We actually customize it by your own DNA, and your DNA is also associated to your energy. So let me explain how I emotionally connect with your business, John, which I'm a big fan of, is it's not what you think, say, and do, right? Those are obvious things. I'm going to think this, I'm going to say this, I'm going to do this in order to, ask as many people in a day, do you know anyone that can help me, in person, on the phone, via email, via media, print, radio, TV, social media, whatever you're using, you want to ask, do you know anyone that can help me? I'm trying to help other people. How can I be of service? But you're going to look at the belief systems and you're going to start asking people what they believe to be true. What assumptions are you making in the industry? Because it's not the decisions we make, John. It's literally the assumptions that we make. People don't realize it. You can have all good decisions, but the problem is we're making bad assumptions. If you're a doctor, I had a friend who had cancer, beat cancer. It relapsed 10 years later, supposedly. The doctor came to him and said, man, test came back. You got weeks to live. We got to go to emergency surgery right now. We got to go to emergency treatment right now. And in his heart, he wasn't willing to make that assumption. He said, before we do that, I want to have emergency tests done. I don't feel like that. I've had cancer before. I don't feel this way. No, you're wasting time. We don't have time to do this test. You're wasting a day. No, he said, no, I'm going to take the emergency test first. If he would assume the doctor knew what he was talking about, if he would assume that his blood work was correct, he would be dead today. But he didn't take that assumption. He made his own decision, made his own assumption that this is worth a second choice, right? And so many times in our lives where you can sell people is ask them, when you're getting resistance, well, what assumptions are you making that product is good? You don't have to degrade the product. Tell me what assumptions you're making on the product. What do you like about that? What don't you like about it? Because now we can deal with the assumptions, not the decision. Hey, that's a great product, but it relies on the assumption that everybody has the same genetics. That's a belief. That limiting belief can cost you about 70% of your businesses. People won't align with you. They won't emotionally connect with you unless you start talking about what assumptions are you making with what you're doing today? What do you like about it? What don't you like it? We're going to consistently appeal to the think, say, do, and believe. But most importantly, we are going to work at an unconscious level. You and I both know all the eagles out there that you have on the 68 people that are listening and participating right now. There's certain people out there that we are eagles. I say they sell ice to Eskimos. They just attract business and everybody wonders how they do it. I'll tell you how they do it. It's an unconscious competency. They carry an energy that people feel emotionally connected to. They can't see any reason why they won't want to move forward. And so you need to know, number one, the energy that you carry. Are you providing what I call 120 energy? My energy always carries, hey man, you're going to receive $100 for every $20 you give me. That's the energy I carry. But even beyond that, which is completely aligned with this business, is there's a genetic unconscious competency. 4 generations have passed down personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions that are coded in your DNA that can be activated and deactivated, which is exactly why your product works. Because it's addressing, it's signaling the genetics that you have that have been carried down from 4 generations, from aunts and uncles and parents and grandparents and great-grandparents. These are things that if you look for patterns in your life that are not just emotional patterns of personality traits, characteristics, obsessions, and addictions, but they are physical health traits that you can see. That's why insurance companies go through, when you buy life insurance, a full genetic workup, because they know there's a genetic activated and deactivated DNA of your health. If you have 6 people in your family that have had strokes, you better learn to deactivate the stroke. And guess what? Your product addresses that issue. We're addressing it at the core functional coding that a human being has. The coding is a very simple system that can help you effectuate what you're trying to do, is that in that consistent, persistent behavior that I started with, to be happy, enjoying your pursuit, your cells at its basic level has a memory. It's an input mechanism. And when we are doing something consistently, like taking a supplement that's addressing my genetic needs, and it's inputted at a cellular level through my mouth or intravenously through a shot or through hair, if it was, like I use Rogaine and it's working. All my other brothers genetically are bald. See, it works, but that's at a consistent, I use it every day consistently at a cellular level. It then goes into my subconscious from the conscious level, and neural pathways are formed in my brain. So about 21 days, you can change a habit. 21 days, you can form a new habit. There's an actual, neuroplasticity that takes place, and there's this neuroplasticity creates neural pathways that change your own subconscious, so your beliefs change. And when we get into the subconscious, where things start exponentially working for you in a consistent manner, you actually now can address, number one, your energetic, which is directed to your product, as well as your genetic unconscious competency. And although this all applies to your product, it also applies to selling your product. Because at an emotional level, people understand and get the truth. The truth vibrates the fastest. And when you can sincerely, authentically just talk about the assumptions that are made, and the value that you can provide, all you need to do is go through what are you doing today and the reasons you're doing it, which addresses the assumptions. What are you doing today and what impact is it having on your life? And what are you doing today and what capabilities of what you're doing does it have? And then you lead them to, hey, have you ever thought you could do it for this reason? Hey, have you ever thought you could do it for this impact? Hey, have you ever thought of this capability? A genetically responsive product that is supplemented to your exact programming, your exact DNA. And when the person says yes, 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 yes to your questions, you simply say, so from what you told me, I can't see any reason why you won't want to move forward. That's my close every time. It's a value justified close that's emotionally attached and connected to somebody, and it's actually inspiring. They actually feel good. They actually feel as if you're shopping with a friend, not being sold to. And the best part is your product wears well. So unlike people, and I'll give you an example, I bust balls every time on the internet. People say, oh, I'll give you my book for free, and then they charge you $10 shipping. Well, it feels good when you order it, but when you go ahead and you get the book and you see it's a 40-page pamphlet and you just paid $10 for a 90-cent book, now you've emotionally detached yourself and it's not wearing well. And not only aren't you going to do business with that person, but worse, you're not going to tell anybody else to do business with that person. But when you can connect at an emotional level, when you tell someone, look, I bring it, man. I bring value. I will change your life. Anybody on the 65 people on here, all you got to do is DM me at David Meltzer right now, anytime today, and say, I want your book for free. I will send you my book and pay for shipping. I will send you my book and pay for shipping. Because I know when you get my book and read it, you're going to say, man, that Dave Meltzer provides value. And the next time someone says, what book should I read? You're going to say, Connected to Goodness. Because it wears well and we're emotionally attached. And someone's going to say, hey, who should we hire to teach our sales force? Oh, Dave Meltzer, John Malott, that's his mentor. He's the man. Who should we get to business coach us? Oh, Dave Meltzer. Why? Because I'm providing value first, and I'm confident and sure to emotionally connect to you that I can give you every reason, impact, and capability at no charge, knowing that the universe will bring it back to me at its time frame, not mine. The time frame that everybody worries about is a man-made construct. Everybody has 24 hours. You should be motivated as much on the 15th of February as you are on the 27th of February. Your close is a rolling close. It's not an end of the month close, because every day you should be asking in person, on the phone, via email and media, radio, print, TV, and social media, how can I be of service to you? And two, do you know anyone that can help me? It's not hard to teach people to sell. You just have to be more interested than interesting. You have to not give a shit what you cannot identify with what you do, how much you have, or what other people think. It doesn't matter what they think of you. If you know that this is a value, then explain it to people. Explain the assumptions that they make, the reasons, impacts, and capability. Create a true value justified business case for everything you do. It's a simple thing for me. I will not sell until I am positive that I can ask one simple question. Can you see any reason you won't want to move forward? I'll ask everybody online right now. Here's my DM at David Meltzer. I will send you a book for free and pay for shipping. Can you see any reason you won't want to move forward? It literally is a top #1 best-selling book. It changes lives. If you'd like, I'd send you another 100 testimonials of people who it's changed lives for. I guarantee when I coach people, the way that I coach John, he'll tell you, I say, I am a profit center. I only work month to month. If you want to coach with me, only work month to month. I'm not going to work with you unless I can be a profit center. I don't know how much to charge you until I do a free assessment. I work with you for a couple weeks, maybe a month, and find out what you need, who you need, how you need it. Maybe John will be a better coach than me. I'm not going to coach you unless I can guarantee, can you see any reason you won't want to move forward? All I ask is you make a donation to my charity of any size. And I don't care if it's 50 cents or $1. I need value for value. And you guys can do the exact same thing with the product that you have. Affect people consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously. How many products do you know that are directed towards activating and deactivating your own coding for your most important thing in your life, your health? Nothing is more important than your health. Nobody on their deathbed is like, oh man, wish I made more money. Oh man, I'm sure glad I have that Ferrari parked outside waiting for me to die. My dad gave me a suit on my 30th birthday with no pockets to remind my arrogant asshole self that I can't take anything with me. Right? I'm going to be buried in that jacket. I look at it every day, that expensive jacket with everything torn out on the inside, to remind myself I do not want to be the richest man in the cemetery, but I want to be the last man there. I want to be the last man there, and I can do that with your product. How much is every day of your life worth? A quality of enjoying the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. Build a vision emotionally. People want to live happily. You have an antidote that addresses specifically who you are. I'm not guessing that you need 200% vitamin C and 20% vitamin D and 13% B12. I'm not guessing. There's an actual mathematical code that exists and can be recognized today that wasn't available when one-a-days were available in 1978 when I was 10 years old. In gummy form now. Come on, let's be real. If you can't connect emotionally to people for logical reasons in this, if you can't get to what assumptions are you making, what do you like about it, what don't you like it, then you should not be in this business, because you are in the service industry. 2 simple questions, in person, on the phone, via email and media, radio, print, TV, and social. How can I be of service to make you healthier and happier? And do you know anyone that can help me? That's all you got to ask. No rocket science. Don't got to go to law school and business school and college, graduate top of your class. You could be a moron like John and I and do this. It's easy. All right. Anybody have any questions for me?
Hey, let me say something real quick, David. We do so much training on this product and how to move it to the marketplace, and in 20 minutes, you just gave us exactly what to do. It's as if, have you been studying the genome?
I don't even know your product. I just used it myself. I've never studied a thing about your product. I just used it myself when you gave it to me.
I know. I love it. It's amazing. Just real quick before we open it up for a few minutes, there's something that you talk about, your philosophy on work, because a lot of people, they have this concept about work and it's very negative. And we talk a lot about going to work, getting work done. Can you share your philosophy about work?
Yeah, so I don't believe in work. And I believe that everyone has 24 hours of activity. Some activity we get paid for, and some activity we don't get paid for. And we shouldn't look at it as work. We should never look at things as I have to do it, or I got to do this. I look at things real simply. I get to do it. I get to do it. And some things I'm willing to pay to do. I'll give you a good example. I'm a Padres fan. Machado's playing for the Padres. I think $300 million deal they're going to pay him. I will call the O'Malleys right now and tell them if they'd like me to play for the Padres, that I'll pay them $1 million a year to play. Now, is it work for him because he's paid, or is it work for me? It's not. You enjoy the consistent, persistent pursuit of your potential. I look at activity with a lens of productivity and accessibility. I look at how productive can I be, efficient, effective, statistically successful. Accessibility is a duality. How accessible am I to others? Do I have a half an hour to help out John and his team? Hell yes. I'm accessible. People tell me all the time, oh, you're too busy to do this. John, how many times have I said no to you?
Never, actually. I can't think of it.
Right, because I'm accessible. Yeah. I'm accessible, and I'm able to access what I need as well. So if John asked me, Dave, can you fly in here? Go ahead, watch my videos. You won't see someone with more activity than me on the entire internet. And they're only 10% of what I'm doing is on there. So because I'm looking at my day, I'm efficient with sleep. You guys are in the health industry. If you're not efficient with your sleep, you're fooling yourself. A third of your life is sleeping. Do you work on your sleep as much as you work on the other activities during the day? Well, you should, because sleep provides you exponential power. It provides you a basis, a foundation to dwell and lean on your subconscious and unconscious. I sleep 5 hours efficiently every night. Why? Because I've spent hours studying. I have a sleep coach, a sleep mentor, Mita. She's amazing. I spent more money on sleep, on beds and coaching, etc., than most people do on what they consider work. Why? Because I know that if I sleep efficiently, what is it worth to me to have not only be rested and inspired every single day of my life and healthy, which all comes from sleep, but moreover, I have 3 to 4 extra hours a day of productivity and accessibility because I learned how to sleep more efficiently. So in the short term, yeah, maybe I've invested $100,000 in my life into sleep. But how much you think I've made from those extra 3 or 4 hours now that I'm 51 years old, ever since I started studying sleep at 27? Every single day, 4 times 365 on average, times 24 years. Wonder why I'm a little bit ahead, man. Productivity, accessibility, it's 2 times as many hours, twice as efficient, twice as effective. I do 64 hours minimum productivity a day while everyone is doing 2 hours of productivity by the water cooler. So why do you think I'm 32 times ahead of everybody else? That's why I was a millionaire in 9 months. That's why I was a multimillionaire at 32. That's why I recovered. I lost over $100 million. That's why I recovered so quickly. Because it's just math to me. No one's going to take away what I know about sharing a vision and being of service. The only difference in my life now is I learned to shop for the right things. I surround myself with the right people and the right ideas. Guys like John and his team and all of you, this is what I live for. And I know that I will always receive more than I give. And I appreciate it.
David, it's amazing. And it's interesting to me that you're one of the highest paid speakers, coaches, mentors on the planet, yet you're not known for the guy who's making all this money doing this stuff. Now,
Yeah.
it's always value, man. And that's why we connected. And when, of course, at the Build Your Empire house, when you spoke on the stage, there was the line to be around you was out the front door. And it's because it's this whole philosophy of give, bring value. Even when we connected, you said, look, well, if we connect, I'm going to bring you more value. I'm going to bring you more business. I'm going to bring you more opportunity than you've ever had in your life. And you never asked for anything. And that's why I wanted you to connect to this group here specifically, because if we do this in our business, if we share that same mindset, that same philosophy, it's impossible to lose.
No, it's math. It's math. Be a profit center, be of value, be of service. And look, don't trade. Don't think you're giving to getting. Once you start the energy of trading, it's a matter of scarcity. Live in the world of more than enough, man. Live in the world of more than enough. Give unconditionally. Trust the fact when you give and you're of service and you provide value more efficiently, effectively, and statistically successful than others, that everything that you want will come to you. That doesn't mean I don't work on receiving. It doesn't mean that I don't ask big. I ask big every day in my meditation. I ask for big things. I want to impact the whole world. I want to empower others to be happy. I want to literally make billions of dollars and give it all away to empower other people. I ask really big, but I'm not trading. I'm not saying I'm going to do this if I get this. I'm going to do this because I will get this. I'm real simple. I'm giving unconditionally, knowing that everything I want is already in existence. I will access it in the right way at the perfect time. I joke around, but every time that lottery gets to $1 billion and people start paying $2 for a ticket to access $1 billion, I'm like, dude, $1 billion already exists. Why do you got to buy $2 ticket to make you believe it? You got a better chance to go ahead and provide value without buying a $2 ticket. Just go ask people, how can I be of service? And do you know anyone that can help me? I have an extraordinary way to provide value in your life, and I will be a profit center for you. I will change your life. What's the most important thing in your life? Oh, your health? Surprise. Has anyone ever given you something for your health that is directly in accordance and aligned with the way that you are built, from your cellular structure to your neural pathways to your genetics? Does that sound like something that would be of interest to you? Can I tell you a little bit more of the assumptions that are made before you make a decision? Can you see any reason why you won't want to move forward and try it out? Because I can't. It's changed my life, and I'd love to change yours. Do you know anyone else I can help? whatever you want to say, it's all there. I've never studied this product. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I've used it. It's extraordinary at a very, very high level. I get what it does, but it's, you don't got to know too much to tell people how exactly this works. What you need to do is inspire them to live a better, healthier life, and then let them build a vision of, imagine when you're 80 years old playing with your grandkids, walking down the aisle with your great grandkids. Imagine what that's like. What's important in life? You got to be there and be healthy.
Wow. David, the last thing, and I really respect your time, and this has been amazing. We have a lot of people that the organization is growing extremely fast. I think this team put on.
It's doubled since I've been on the line.
It's growing like crazy. And the team, I think, put on like almost 2,000 people just last month alone. So we'll see what it looks like this month when the smoke clears. But here's my point. You've led at some of the highest levels. You understand leadership on a whole nother level. As we wrap up, some of these individuals right now are building some large organizations that require leadership, and a lot of it you've already touched on. But maybe if you can give us, a point or two from the levels that you've, like CEO of these massive organizations, give these guys, which are CEOs of their organizations, as I hit here.
If everybody can move for 1 second, that'd be great.
David, go ahead and unmute yourself. There you go.
All right, there we go. All right, cool. Thank you. Here's the key to leadership. Number one, people don't listen to you. They watch you. You want to be a leader? Let them watch you. So number two, be a value-based leader. My values are this, and you're welcome to utilize them. I don't teach any skills. I don't need to give product information and features and benefits. All I do is teach 4 things. 1, I want you to have perspective in selling. Gratitude's the key to perspective. It makes your past great, your present better, and your future brighter. I just want you to say thank you before you go to bed and when you wake up. I've studied physics, quantum physics, metaphysics. It will change your life. Everyone that's trained by me is trained in gratitude first. Gratitude changes your perspective. And if you have a positive perspective, you're going to sell. 2, forgiveness. There's nobody on here of the 65 participants that hasn't already made a mistake today and hasn't made a mistake in the days that were before these days. But yet, think about how much time, how many resources, how many relationships, how many opportunities that we've blown because we have projected our own insecurity and went to blame, shame, and justification of other people making mistakes. You got to have forgiveness in your life. Forgive yourself. Learn that a no is just putting you that much closer to that what you want. I tell people, if no's bother you, then just think about it and tell yourself, I'm 25 no's from getting what I want. And then when you get the second no, you'll be more excited. The 10th no, more excited. The 20th no, even more excited. But the truth is, you're only so many no's from getting what you want. So every no you get, learn from it and know you're closer to what you want. Every great successful person, from Michael Jordan to Branson to all these great leaders, get no, but they take them, they learn from them, and move on. So have gratitude, forgiveness, accountability. Just ask yourself. You're always accountable for everything. What did I do to attract this to myself, and what am I supposed to learn from it? What did I do? Don't confuse liability with accountability. Someone hits you in a car, they're still liable, but ask yourself, what did I do to attract this accident, and what am I supposed to learn from it? But still go to court and collect on the insurance. That's liability. All right, we live in America. All right, last, most importantly, leadership requires a duality of effective communication. Most people that are leaders think that I just need to effectively communicate with my team. No, it's not going to work. That's only half of it. The key to being a leader, because everyone watches you, they don't listen to you. And if anyone's a parent, please remember that. Your kids do not listen to you. They watch you. The kids are not for you, they're through you. Your team is not for you, they're through you. They're watching you. So in order to inspire them and effectively communicate with them, you have to be inspired yourself. So the first step to communication, effective communication, is Look up wherever you are and find what inspires you. Find what rocks your boat. I don't care what religion, spirituality, or team you root for. Live an inspired life. Get to center and get focused and get fired up first, because if you're fired up, you can fire other people up. So live your life with gratitude, empathy, accountability, and effective communication. You will rise and you will elevate others to elevate yourself, and be a true leader by the way you act, by the way you think, do, say, believe, and most importantly, your unconscious competency, your energy, and your genetics will all align with other people, and your frequency will keep attracting more and more of higher vibrating people with higher frequencies, higher awareness, and you will be considered and will achieve whatever you want through helping other people and being a leader.
David, I want to drop the mic and kick over the smartphone right now.
All right.
Amazing. Last thing, how can we get you're accessible, but there's a lot of platforms that you use where people can plug into your information. Guys, just so you understand, David Meltzer has led at the highest levels. You know, he's partners with Warren Moon. I mean, this guy is connected to leaders of leaders. And I remember just when you came into Scottsdale and you took me over to the watch company, they were, you know, some multi-billion-dollar operation, and David treats everybody as if they're his best friends. It's an amazing thing, and everybody loves him. And I learned so much just being around you, watching you operate, your accessibility, your willingness to give, to talk, to stick around. What's the best place for people to plug into your information so that they can continue to grow the way I'm growing, you know, learning from you and then sharing it?
Yeah, I do a lot of business coaching. I have other business coaches like John that if it's not suited for you economically or alignment on my knowledge, I have just like your product, customized coaches that can help. Reach out to me on Instagram at David Meltzer, LinkedIn, David Meltzer, Twitter, David Meltzer. My website is dmeltzer, my first initial last name, dmeltzer.com. You can reach me through there. My email address is david@dmeltzer.com. If anyone wants my cell phone, just DM me. I won't give it publicly because this is recorded, but every single one of you, I'm happy if you DM me to send you my book, pay for shipping, give you my email, give you my cell phone. Happy to come speak to your teams. Happy to do one of these again for you. I do have a 5:20 rule. I went a little bit over because John's my brother, but I usually keep my phone calls to 5 minutes and my meetings to 20. So please, if you need me, just respect the 5:20 rule, and I'd be happy to be of service to all of you. Does that sound fair?
That's it, brother. I couldn't ask for more, man. You continue to over-deliver every time we connect. So appreciate all that you do. Team, thank you for plugging in today. And now we look forward to providing more and more value to this organization. That's all we want to do is keep giving. And we know what's going to happen in the long run. It's not about us going to the next level. David, you're about to say something?
Yeah, be kind to your future self and do good deeds. Good deeds go a long way. It's that simple. Just do good deeds.
That's it. There's nothing else for me to say. I appreciate everybody being on the call. David, thank you for taking your time.
You got it, brother.
Take care, guys.
Peace.
God bless.
God bless.